I will update you all on the seed industry, how it looks in India as well as globally, how it looks, and its trend in the seed industry. What are the trends going on? Because this is very, very important from future point of view. If the trends, we are well aware about the trends, then we can prepare ourselves accordingly. And then at the same time, industry have also a lot of challenges. So I will also update you a little bit what kind of challenges the industry face in day-to-day activities. And at the end, of course, the futuristic way, how the industry has the future. And at the same time, it is very important for all the students because this is their curiosity to know the prospects of the students in the industry. What areas are there, which is available for the students. Ladies and gentlemen, if in between, if I'm too fast, so you can stop me. And if you want to interrupt or ask a question, so you can just send it. So I will be happy to answer all those questions. So my presentation will be in the following schedule, the pattern. Of course, as I said, so I will not go on this. So let's discuss on the seed industry. So these are the figures which we have collected. So this is our own survey of the industry survey, how it looks today. So we are talking about the total seed industry. So if you see the value of the seed industry is about 26,130 crores. So which is a very big industry. And these are the crops. If you see rice, wheat, cotton, and vegetables are the major contributor. In this, of course, there will be millet, mustard, and also pulses. So everything we include into it. Yeah. So out of this total value, 18% of this is the vegetable industry, which is about 4,600 crores. So this is also a fast growing industry. And if you see at the bottom, there is also flower seed industry, so which is very small because flower business, is just started few years ago in a commercial way. So it is 30 to 40 crores in between. So this is how we divide this industry into three. Okay. India is, of course, the fourth largest seed market after US, China, and France. And if you are well aware, the US business is about 12,500 million US dollar, followed by China, which is about 11,000, and then France is about 4,000. So this is how it is. If you see the trend of the seed market, how it will be, because it is very important for all of you to see what is the future of the seed industry. This seed industry will be growing, and we expect in next 5 years, it will be about 27,200 crores. So with the CAGR, this annual growth rate, yeah, so which is about 6 to 7% if we take the annual growth of the industry, so it will reach by 27,200 crores. And what are the key drivers? So how we see that this industry will grow? So of course, in certain areas, there will be crop acreage, which will increase, like there will be certain vegetables, and also there is a crop change, some one crop to another crop. So this will also make a big difference on this growth. The value addition, every industry, every year, we are adding new traits, yeah, output trait and input traits. And so this is adding the value. If you add more inputs, so it will definitely increase the value of the seed. And also at the same time, price mix, because every year, if you are investing on the R&D, definitely the seed has to cover all those prices. Export and processing growth. You must be aware that India is still, our processing part is huge potential we have. And it is not yet done completely. It is not explored yet completely. In vegetables, if you talk, so we are the second largest vegetable producer in the world. and fruit and vegetable, but our processing is less than 2%. Still very, very low as compared to Brazil or China. They are more than 10%. So huge potential. Export. India is a huge country. So export potential is huge to the neighboring countries. We can feed even a lot many countries from India. So that is the potential of the seed industry in India. Increase in hybrid seed use. You must be studying in your courses that okay how the the shift from OP to hybrid. So more and more farmers are going for the hybridization. Industry is working towards a hybridization. Consumption is increasing because the population is increasing. You will see in the next slide how the population is increasing. So same way, more mouths, so we have to feed more, so we need more. So this is increasing now consumption in the country. Okay, and also I said OP to F1 conversion. Okay, so this is making this change or this growth in next 5 years or in maybe in future. Now, if you see out of the vegetable seed market globally, okay, so this is the global trend. And gentlemen, the main message from this slide is, if you see India in the yellow, so it is contributing only 6 to 7% of the total global market. If you see down, so the global market in 2018 is 5.3 billion euro. I have not mentioned here the rupees because it is very important for the students in future. They have to be aware about all the currencies globally, like dollars, euros, which are the currencies most important. So if you see on the top is 950 million US dollar, we are expecting the industry, which will be 7,125 crores by 2025. So you saw already from 4,600 how this industry will increase. So huge potential. And these are the key drivers. Again, I discussed already. So in future, hybrid use, of course, root stock. So this is the new one because a lot of disease pressure is coming and many companies, they have started, including the institutions, they are also working on the root stock development for many vegetable crop and fruit crops. So protected cultivation, you might have seen it already. So these are the drivers which will lead this industry. The message is India is still very low and we have huge potential in this market. If China can contribute 41% of the global market, India is such a big country, have potential to grow even more than 10 or 12%. Now, at the same time, what are the trends? So this was the industry overview, how it looks. Now, what are the trends of the industry? So if you see, we have divided into 4 categories. First is the market, how the market is reacting. Every industry, every company, they are working now on this specialization. What does it mean? For example, you talk about, the PhD student or BSc student, okay, BSc AG and the PhD. So BSc AG student is just like an MBBS doctor, whereas the PhD is a very specialist, okay, because he has the specialization. Same way companies, they are now working on the specialized crops, trades, and every company is focusing on the specialized. Okay, we will focus only in these trades, or maybe other company will be focusing on these crops. So this is the trend now. Most of the companies globally are following it. Concentration on hybrid and high value crops. So this is the new change now since last decade already, more than decade, hybridization increasing. In many crops in India, the hybridization has gone up to even more than 50% in some of the crops like cabbage, it is more than 90%. So hybridization is already taken place. But on an average, it is really increasing tremendously. Every company is focusing on high value crops. So more value, so it will be good for the country, it will be good for the farmer. So if there will be value addition, means new trades, resistances, so which we will discuss. Stress on downstream marketing, chain management, e-commerce platform. So this is now the trend already. Now you see already our agriculture has become more commercial. Every farmer has become commercial. Now we are investigating the value of the produce. If we have any variety. For example, I can say wheat or maybe corn. You see how many byproducts from corn can be made. So how many industries are associated with the corn? You have the poultry industry, you have the starch industry, you have oil industry, which are extracting the product from the corn. So it means what scientists, what you have to do today, what we have to do today. If the industry is asking for the high starch, we have to develop, that kind of variety, which will be good only for the high starch content. Same way for the oil. So this way, downstream marketing is going now is becoming more and more important. Chain management, you will see in the next slide how the chain management is important in agriculture. E-commerce, now more and more online sales, e-platform, you have already listening in last COVID 2 months, 2.5 months. A lot of online sales has been done, even for the vegetables, even for the flowers. So this is the change. Increasing export and processing. As I said, this is a huge area. A lot of processing companies are coming from abroad in the country to harness the potential of our crops. The opportunities are huge. So this is another industry which is increasing in future. Now the products. Okay, as I said, now the growers trend has changed. You see already also in the Kisan Melas in Pantnagar, when the farmers are coming, they will always ask what is new. He has been growing one variety since last 15 years or 20 years. So he is asking to the scientist, hey, I need this kind of variety. Do you have? So they are not bothered about the prices. They are bothered about the high value and the value addition in the variety. So this is the very good acceptance in the country now. The farmers are looking for the new things. Increasing demand for value added products. If you can say, if I say, yes, there is a variety, we can breed for high protein content. So yes, there will be a lot of industry. If it is for the baby food, so there is a Nestle, there is PepsiCo, there are many companies who are looking for those, Dabur. So they are looking those product. Okay. So maybe just a small example, already bitter gourd. Okay, you are all are eating bitter gourd. So do you know what is the value of the bitter gourd? India's bitter gourd is the best bitter gourd in the world for the sugar, control. Okay, so it has a lot of value. China is importing a lot of bitter gourd from us. So these are the things, which we are now focusing. Competition, how? You see already now the consolidation. In initial phases, if you talk about 10 or 15 years ago, so there was very limited companies in the country. Now a lot of multinationals. Today in India, we have more than 500 companies are already there. So out of that, 20 to 25% are the research-based multinationals. Okay, those who have the branches here, and the remaining we have the Indian local companies, then we have regional company. So this way, how is it happening? The consolidation is happening. So big companies are now acquiring small companies. You saw recently, the acquisition of Bayer and Monsanto. So this is the biggest two big brothers in the world. They have joined together. So this is happening. Okay, so that they can have really good strength. Competitors active in transgenic technology and innovation. You have already listened the success story of cotton. Now companies are already working on corn. Companies are working on the BT eggplant or many other vegetables. You will already see the papaya, which is already transgenic. New innovation. You have also the genomics. You have now the artificial intelligence. So all these things, robotic agriculture, you need not to go in the field. The robot will check it. So these kind of things are happening day by day. Okay, consumer oriented. Every company is becoming consumer, which is very, very important. If the consumer is not happy, no company can survive in any business. So everybody, they are focusing now the consumers. Environment. You see already how our environment is polluted. And thanks to Corona, one way that it has really given us good climate, but at the same time, of course, the disease, but the pollution has gone down. You have seen already those things. So therefore, I think in if I say, especially the breeding part, the government involvement in the beginning, there were all the varieties since the last 20s or 25 or 30 even. I have now more 35 years of experience. Before that, those varieties are still working. They were from the universities, from Pantnagar, from IRI, from other universities. But now this has gone a little bit down. Okay, so we have to really look into this, how we can encash. Again, we have huge infrastructure, we have a lot of good facilities in the university. Can we really bring good varieties which the private industries is bringing, how they are bringing? So this we have to see why it is decreasing now. Decrease in usage of pesticide, you see already now more and more health awareness among the people. Yeah, so everybody is looking for low residue product. You will see in the next slide. Infrastructure cost, land prices, land is shrinking, prices are going up, and people are increasing, our population increasing. So this is also a big challenge for the industry, how to cope up with this. More regulation. Yes, if the business is growing, so there will be definitely a lot of regulation will be in the country. So we have Biodiversity Act. I think you all are well aware on this, which is a very important act to especially protect our, the originality, farmers' right, and there are PBP, and there are now many new acts already started. Well, gentlemen, this was about the industry. If you see about the global changing environment and our personal areas, if you see how it is happening now and what are the challenges, what industry is doing. So there are demographic shifts, there are climatic changes, there are consumer demands which are different, growing world population, you will see there will be lifestyle change, and you all youngsters, they know already what kind of lifestyle they have in the villages and what kind of lifestyle they are now. Malnutrition in many countries including India, environment and food trend. So I will go through these. So if you see the world population growth, so it is a big challenge. You have a 10 billion worldwide in by 2050. Okay, so you have to feed this. Our scientists, our breeders, they have to feed this. Strong population growth in these countries, including India. You know already how much percent growth we have in India. Ongoing malnutrition, hidden hunger in many areas. How many people are hungry? So we have to produce food for them also. Urbanization, you will see in the next slide how the urbanization is growing now, and growing middle class. So what seed industry is doing now? We have to increase the production because you see already the area is going down, land is shrinking, and so we have to increase the production capacity in a sustainable way. Okay, crop yield, of course, is still India is behind than China. Okay, in many crops. Okay, our yields are much lower, so we have to really increase our yield for various crops. Efficiency in cultivation, harvesting and processing. You know already in vegetables we are the second largest producer, but we are losing it in 40%. So that is a waste because we are not able to process it. So we have to, if we are able to process, we can export a lot of revenue, a lot of employment will be generated. So these are the things how we see in this case. So if we see this population, I will not go through detail, but on the top, it's very important, the middle class is increasing. So we expect by 2030 in India, we will have 475 million middle class families. Okay. And if you see the urbanization on the right, extreme right, by 2050, we are expecting in China, 80% area will become the urban. And whereas in India, we are expecting 53%. Huge, huge requirement for food and new things. Okay, so this is a good opportunity for agriculture in future, this industry in future. So this is how it will be. So what will be the impact for the industry or for the country? So if you see here, We have to produce good quality product, of course, a higher yield. At the same time, the labor, we have big challenge that the labor force will decrease, and you have seen already now. Okay, the industry is suffering, not only agriculture industry, every industry is suffering because of the less labor. Okay, so what will happen? There is the opportunity also, the mechanization. Big growers will bring the machines, so it will be increasing the efficiency also. So this is opportunity, at the same time threat. Now the food trend. Okay, so every youngsters will be very happy to see this. Okay, everybody, we need food safety. If you are going to the store or the departmental stores, if you just just pick up any packet, so there are label claims. There are, already written, this product is free from this. This product has these nutritive values. Read them. Why it is important? Because everyone globally needs safety, food safety, residue-free camel. We don't want to eat more poisons. Now we are already eating a lot from the environment. So this has to be reduced. So every company is focusing. So the processing and food industry is focusing on the safety. That's why this is the role of the agriculture industry, how to develop resistant variety. So this is the opportunity. Growing organic market. Everybody thinking, okay, I want, the traditional food now. And you have seen already the changing pattern. We are eating more of lauki, torai, bitter gourd, and all those kaddus. We are eating those variety, those crops. Why? Because this has a lot of fiber. This has a lot of nutrients. So this is, and the less chemical is used in those crops. So everybody is going for the organic. So means residue free, organically grown. So it means we have to develop organic seeds. So all these seeds, so whatever we are using today, they are not organic seeds, because organic seeds are grown very differently. Traceability of the food, in the food, as I said, if you go, so we can trace everything. What are the ingredients, what are the chemicals in the food already available, local for local. So if it is because country requirements is different. If you go to south, so they have different requirements than north, east and west. So we have to develop the varieties which are well adopted in the local areas. If south, they need very sour tomatoes, and north we don't need it. So we have to develop the varieties like that. Okay, the wheat variety which we eat here, south, they don't eat that one. So this way, I think we have to develop those varieties. So this is a big opportunity. So what industry has to do on the left side, focus on resistances and robustness. So if you need food safety, we have to develop the resistant varieties so that less chemicals will be sprayed on the crops. Broad organic assortments, strict compliance, because all the food industry, so they are very strict in those areas. All multinational, if you see a McDonald's or maybe other international chain, so they are very particular about the compliances, that our food should be safe for people. Developing new cultivation method systems, so and breeding for specific region, as I explained. Then climatic change, you see already now scarcity of land and water, which is a big challenge in future. We have exhausted the natural resources, and the weather is changing, we cannot predict. So it is a big challenge for the scientists. It is a big challenge for the companies to breed the varieties which can sustain in those changing weather conditions. So what we have to do? Respond to the changing needs, develop the new cultivation systems. Now what is happening, you will see in the last slide that how the hydroponic vertical growing is now happening, because the area is going reduced. Everybody is now started growing in the room for the food. In Japan is the most advanced country because they don't have land now, and they are growing all the vegetables inside the factory. Okay, so breeding objectives you have to change. So I will not go through it because it is well known to all of you. Well, these are the demographic changes. Household size is reducing. पहले होता था एक family में 10 to 12 people. Now it is only 4, and in future it will be 2 maybe. They will never see okay more than 4 in a family. So it means the demand requirement of these small families will be different now. Urbanization and importance of the villages now, which is really a big trend change, especially now on the urbanization part. More and more people wants to come to the cities for the job. They don't want to live in the villages. Age factor, of course, India is very lucky. We have still more than 50% population age young, but of course in other countries you see already how the age, China for example, Europe, everybody has the problem now. Growing middle class, you saw already. So these are the changes. And the another part is lifestyle. Our lifestyle has changed. And gentlemen, ladies, if we see 10 years ago, everybody still, of course, in India, we are very still traditional way. We cook always the hot food, yes, and we eat at home. But young generation who are in the cities, who are working, both husband and wife are working, they don't have time. So time scarcity is a big concern these days. Bad food patterns. You are not eating home cooked food. Everybody wants, चलो यार ठीक है, जाओ मैकडी में बर्गर लेके आओ, so eat burgers. Okay, we are eating more and more junk food. Eh? Can't find chickens. So all these kind of things we are eating. So we are forgetting, the value of the food. Less exercise. You see today what is happening. All the youngsters, including not only youngsters, sorry, but including us also. Once we go home, we are always on the WhatsApp, or some young children, they are playing, PUBG. So खाना खाते समय भी we are watching, किसका message आया. So this is the habit now. Or watching TV. 11 बजे रात के, 11 o'clock we are sleeping, okay, and in the morning till 9 or 9:30. So uske baad immediately we go for our work. We have no time for the exercise, or we don't want to do it. So this is really a big challenge for the industry as well as globally. So what we have to do? It is an opportunity for the industry. Offer more healthy food. So this is a big change now for the industry. We are making the foods like that. Okay, even if you are sleeping late, or if you have no time, no exercise, at least you can eat the healthy food. Offer fresh cut meal solution. You will see in the next slide what kind of fresh cut industry is increasing now. So this is a good opportunity for the industry in India, also globally. They're ready to eat food, ready to eat, ready to cook vegetables. Okay, आजकल आप देख रहे होंगे कि lot of processed food is coming now. Okay, stimulate vegetable consumption. So most of the vegetable companies in the world, they are always promoting eat more vegetables if you want to be healthy in this changing environment. Like you see, colored capsicum have a lot of nutritive values. Carrots, okay, so these are today tomatoes, so they have a lot of nutritive values. Focus on taste and convenience. India, especially Southeast Asia, we always go for taste. अगर हमें मेलन मीठा नहीं है, उसको सूंघते हैं हम लोग, तो तब तक हम उसको नहीं खरीदते हैं. We don't see the value inside कि टेस्ट नहीं है तो इसमें वैल्यू तो है. Whereas Europeans, Americans, they don't go for the taste. They go for the value of the food. उसमें क्या है? So this is, but of course we have to develop like that. Malnutrition, already there is a lot of deficiency these days. Why? The pharmaceuticals companies are bringing a lot of pills to us. And आपको vitamin D की भी pills खानी पड़ती हैं हमको. Whereas you see in India, we have plenty of sun. Okay, despite that, we are using. So this is how the changing trend. So we have to develop now in the vegetables or in the field crops, what nutritive values we can increase. For example, protein, can we do it? In cucumber, for example, can we increase, some micronutrients? We have scarcity, need for sustainability. So what we have to do? Change cultivation methods, adjust breeding goals, which we have already discussed. Now, this is the food trend. You see already now the ready to eat food is coming now. So food safety, organic food. So this is what industries are working is changing new cultivation systems. Okay. Now, in the chain, every industry has to work. So, gentlemen, this is the opportunity for you, and you will see at the end. But here also you can see one seed company has to work for these different customers. So, how the industry works? We are grower is our big customer, then trader, then processor, then also retail industry, then finally the consumer. So we have to work for all these customers and we have to develop the varieties accordingly. So these are the trade targets. So which I will not go because I already explained. So it is for major target of the industry is high yield. And then we focus on the grower, which you saw, what grower need, channel partners, what they need, consumer, what they need, and food service processors, what they need. So it is all mentioned and how the industry is working on this. Then of course, the trade and patent. So everybody is working on the trades. For example, they want now machine harvest because labor is not there. So this is the new change. So one harvest finished. So if you see the broccoli, okay, so trade is there, it should be cheap and it should be convenient to pack it. So this is the change in the trades. And this is the how it is being done now, the growing. Okay, if you see the nursery on the left side, this nursery can be sent 2000 kilometers even. So this way. And on the right side, if you see the new wage of cultivation, so to reduce the residue against the environment, the farmers are already practicing in India. They are growing in the large areas. And this is how in the growing things. So which I was talking, if you see on the left side, soil cultivation, traditional way, the right up is the soil cultivation under greenhouse. Below, soil less, because a lot of disease are now in soil. So now we have started growing soil less, which is called substrate cultivation, which is growing now in a big way. And on the extreme left, you see the plant factory. So it means the companies, now the big growers, they have started now growing vegetables inside the room, inside the factory. So this is, by the way, it is lettuce and there are a lot of herbs and in a room you can grow like this. So this is the change now, how from the traditional way to the modern way of growing. So it means you have to develop the varieties accordingly. Well, gentlemen, these are the challenges: administrative challenge, of course, the policy challenge, export import challenge with the industry, biodiversity, I already explained. Then we have unorganized small players, small companies, large number of small growers. So we have to work, in that area because the growers are scattered. We have a lot of climatic issues, then agricultural labor. And the another part, no interest of the young generation in agriculture. Everybody wants to go to IT. Everybody wants to go for the white collar job. So if you are really keen interested for the agriculture industry, you see the potential, you should have the zeal to work in field. Okay. So therefore we have to create that interest for the future. No harm. We have also PBB issues. So these are the challenges, but at the same time, gentlemen, this is the last slide. Way forward. India have a huge potential. You saw already the population growth. You saw already the increasing demand, urbanization. So agriculture will never have the recession. We will continuously growing. So huge potential. Okay. Government policies are supporting. You saw already recent ordinances passed, how the government is supporting. Labor challenge will lead to mechanization, increase in export. So this industry will grow. Okay, develop retail market. So you saw already retail industry is growing now and it will grow definitely. And you saw already a lot of fast food industries, McD, Subway, Burger King, Pizza, KFC, Domino's. So they are already there. Globally, already 135,000 units they have. Fresh cut industry ready to eat. So snacking. So you saw already you have no time to eat. So you need, the food which you can eat walking, organic consumer. Okay. So this is about the industry, the future opportunities and the challenges and trend. And now this last slide is for the opportunities for the students, and where you have really right to know where is my future, which area you have to go, which industry I should choose. As I said, agriculture has a vast opportunity. It has vast opportunities for our students because there are many areas where our agriculture students can go, they can work, and they have been working already. So if I talk the major industries here, agriculture industry, which is a big industry. Agriculture industry, there are seed industry, which you know already now, agrochemical industry, which maybe you will be knowing in the next webinar, fertilizer industry, Mr. Sanjay already explained to you, micro irrigation, this is another industry who are working in the micro irrigations. So this is the industry which is one. And in each industry, if you see, there is a R&D, research and development, sales and marketing, production, finance and HR, and operation. All agricultural graduates, including MSc, PhD, they can go in those areas. R&D, it's not necessary that only PhD student can go. MSc student also eligible for that. It should be a talent. It should be a gene. It should be your ambition. So these days, most of the companies are not looking only for PhD. Of course, if it is PhD, so that is good. But we are also looking for even MSc AG for the breeding. And we are hiring MSc AG only. BSc AG has a huge potential also in the sales and marketing. It's not necessary that, okay, BSc with MBA is needed. I never did my MBA. I was since the beginning, in the sales, because it should be your passion. ओके कि आपको कहां जाना है, क्या करना है, आप में क्या क्वालिटीज हैं, आपके क्या स्ट्रेंथ हैं, अपनी स्वॉट एनालिसिस बनाइए आप और अपना एम्बिशन फिक्स करिए कि आपको किस एरिया में जाना चाहिए. If as a simple BSc AG with the export, of course, the certificate course, if I can work globally, why our youngster? You are more talented than me, my dear. So you have more talent. I have seen last time in Pantnagar and the students who are visiting up. So they are full of talent, but you have to really focus. Okay, which area you have to work. So this is even agriculture student can go in HR. Why not? There are many stories, success stories, where agriculture students were good HR manager. Okay, because after MBA you can be. Yes, in production, in operation, in logistic, there are quality assurances, there are seed testing laboratories where agriculture students are needed. So this is one industry. Then we have public and government. Public industry, there are also public enterprises, lot of, where there are people already in the ministry, in the other government offices. Yeah, CSIR or these all are, the public sectors where you can add, including embassies. Okay, the embassies have also requirement of the agriculture graduates. We have already from Pantnagar in the US embassy. We have in Netherlands embassy also from agriculture. So there are. Processing industry, as I said, processing industry is a huge industry. You saw already MDS, for example, ITC. Okay, there are many industry. Okay, we have also Reliance. We have also this Pepsi, Coca-Cola. All these processing industries. So they are processing Dabur, where they need agricultural graduates. Insurance and banking, you have already success stories. Majority of the agricultural from Pantnagar, they are on the top position. Retail industry, as you saw already, there are a lot of international retail industries already in India, and it will increase. Okay, so huge opportunity for the agriculture industry for F&B sector, or not only F&B, because they also need for the other food grains. Okay, dairy industry. So in dairy industry doesn't mean that only the veterinary student will go. There is a requirement of the agriculture graduates who are very good in the fodder requirement, because dairy industry also need the feed. Then food and feed industry. I already explained. There is a food industry. There is a feed industry. Feed for the animals. So there also we need agriculture graduates. Then we have other allied industry. So there are many. For example, service providing companies who are looking for the agriculture. You saw already the AgroStar, okay, which is a service industry. And there are a lot of agriculture graduates who are interacting with the growers. Okay, same way there are other companies, international institutes and organizations. So there are all international research institutes where our people are working. You see already there are also organizations. You have in Vietnam, you have in Philippines, you have in Mexico, you have in Hyderabad. So there are many international organizations where our people can work. Okay, but what is very important is focus, and you should have your goal. So this is very important. You should have your passion, you should have your ambition, and you decide which is your area of interest. ये नहीं सोचना है कि यार मुझको नौकरी मिल जाएगी, नौकरी मिलेगी, जरूर मिलेगी. एग्रीकल्चर ग्रेजुएट्स की बहुत कमी है, साइंटिस्ट की बहुत कमी है. इंडस्ट्री इज सफरिंग बिकॉज ऑफ द ब्रीडर्स. We don't have good breeders today, and we are looking really for the good scientist. So this is the way, gentlemen. I think this is all about the seed industry and the future opportunities. Thank you very much.